Good day you ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video with CryptoNinjas. Today we're talking about Lombard Finance. Lombard Finance is crushing the Bitcoin Fi narrative right now with their liquid staking Bitcoin token called the LBTC. They're boasting more than $1.4 billion worth of TVL as of right now, and currently working up or teaming up with heavyweights like Aave, Bybit, and they're also backed by Polychain, Binance Labs, OKX, etc. Lombards is the real deal. And you can actually grab their tokens early because Lombard is having their token BARD pre-sale for the community on Buildpad as we speak. So this video, I will cover what Lombard Finance is, how they work, how you can stake your Bitcoin to earn native yields on Lombard, and finally guide you through how to participate in the Buildpad BARD token sale. And of course, predicting the price of BARD after TGE. But before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe to CryptoNinjas for the best crypto content and use our Binance referral links for 20% off our trading fees for life. Thank you very much. First, what is Lombard? Well, Lombard Finance is an innovative DeFi protocol designed to bring Bitcoin on chain into decentralized finance, okay? Bitcoin has been long a store of value, and indeed, we love it for that, right? But it's often locked away in wallets, cold wallets, centralized exchange wallets, DeFi wallets, whatever you call it, unable to participate in DeFi's dynamic world of, let's say, lending, borrowing, and yield generation. If you want to do that, then you have to deposit it on a centralized exchange. But again, we're all about DeFi here. Now, Lombard changes that by making Bitcoin liquid, productive, and interoperable across multiple blockchains. There are several key issues in the industry that Lombard is trying to solve. First of all is the Bitcoin illiquidity in DeFi, like I mentioned. Because of the Bitcoin's design, it is unable to basically integrate with smart contracts. Therefore, it is extremely hard or impossible per se for Bitcoin to actually be natively integrated with smart contracts and earn native yields. That is where, Lombard Finance is here to solve, right? They solve this by enabling Bitcoin to be used as collateral in DeFi without selling it through their token, right? The liquid Bitcoin liquid staking token, the LBTC. So you can take that token and, do DeFi stuff with it without having to interfere with your underlying actual Bitcoin holding, okay? So you are still exposed to Bitcoin's long-term growth. The second problem that Lombard is trying to solve is the yield. Okay, so there is no way for anybody to generate native Bitcoin yields with their Bitcoin. Okay, it's proof of work, it's not proof of stake. Okay, so you can learn more about that. But if you want to earn yields in Bitcoin, the only way, native yield, is to become a hardware Bitcoin miner. Okay, invest in a mining facility. The second best way is to invest through protocols like Lombard. And that leads us to the third problem that they're solving, the security concerns. Now, no matter how you look at it, DeFi is still full of rugs and scams. Okay, even the top exchanges and top protocols are getting hacked. So Lombard can only mitigate this risk through their institutional grade security and a decentralized consortium, okay, ensuring that your Bitcoin stays safe while it's active in DeFi. However, again, there's no 100% secure protocol, okay? Everything in DeFi is risky, so you have to choose, all right? If you want your Bitcoin to be safe 100% and secure, well, store it in a cold wallet. If you want your Bitcoin to work for you while remaining safe, about 90-95%, then yeah, Lombard Finance is your pick. There are other achievements that I would like to mention real quick. That is the LBTC token received over 260,000 users across over 12 chains. Incredible. They also are one of the leading or the fourth largest Bitcoin derivative overall, commanding 57% of the market. Crazy. They have over 100 DeFi integrations and is onboarded to leading DeFi protocols, including Aave, Maple, Spark, Mofo, after thorough collateral and risk reviews. Incredible. Vault strategy. So they activated over 750 million across new ecosystems, including Chain, Tag, Katana, a lot of that. And there are even more that I can mention, like there are partners as well, and Babylon and Chainlink, incredible partners, incredible project. Now let's talk about how you can actually stake your Bitcoin on Lombard step by step. First, go to the website of Lombard Finance, lombard.finance, and then click on Launch App. And after that, this should show up. The first step is to get LBTC. Now, there are a bunch of different tabs. I'm going to go through all of them one step by step. First is get LBTC. Okay, their native liquid Bitcoin staking token. You have to get it in order to participate in DeFi protocols. Now, one thing that you need to keep in mind is that this LBTC token is, redeemable at any time. Okay, and it can be converted 1-to-1 to Bitcoin. It represents your actual Bitcoin. Now, if you want to get the LBTC token, there are two ways you can get it. First, you can get it by staking your Bitcoin and get LBTC token. By doing this, you can also receive an APY of about 0.85%. The second step is you can swap your assets into LBTC, but this way will not give you any yields. Just connect your wallet and select the chains that you'd like to be on. BNB, Bearchain, or base, whatever it is. I have a little bit of LBTC right now. If I want, I can click on unstake and get my LBTC into Bitcoin to my Bitcoin wallet on my Bitcoin network. Okay, so that's very important. When you unstake, this LBTC will be redeemed into Bitcoin tokens onto the Bitcoin network, not on BNB network. Okay, so that's what you need to keep in mind. And it can cost you up to $10 or $11, and an unstaking period of about 7 to 9 days. So it's going to be a lengthy period and a lot of gas. Okay, and I don't want to do this. So if I were to unstake this LBTC, it would lose me money. So what do? Well, I can just swap it back. Now that I have LBTC, what can I do? Go to DeFi Marketplace. That is the second tab. And here you can start putting your LBTC to work. Okay, so choose among all of these different opportunities or strategies. So there are about 87 of them. Okay, so feel free to. There are high multiplier pools and normal multiplier pool. Okay, multiplier is here for X. So I'm just gonna pick on a random pool. Let's say this one, and access DeFi Vault on 3 chains. So select the chains. I'm on BNB, so I'm gonna select BNB, and I have LBTC. Click on it. For this vault specifically, if you click on the last 30 days, they offer about 1% APY. Now this APY can change throughout the day. All right, it varies, so it's not stable. As you can see, previously 1.24, and now we're down to about 1%. There are also like 0.85%, 0.81%. So it depends, okay, on the day. Now, if you were to deposit, just click on deposit and just deposit the amount of LBTCs that you want. Click on approve, and that's done. Okay. If you want to withdraw, just click on withdraw, and it's the same process. Now, a few things you need to keep in mind about the strategies that they use. The money that you put in this vault will be used and managed by Lombard team, as well as Veda. So Veda is an automated yield management solution designed to maximize Bitcoin denominated returns by strategically deploying deposits across various products within the DeFi ecosystem. And this is the strategies. The vault strategy includes providing liquidity on DEX platforms like Uniswap, tight price ranges and Curve, landing on platforms such as Gearbox and MorphoBlue, and engaging in yield trading on Pendle. Additionally, the vault facilitates automated compounding by efficiently converting all accrued DeFi rewards into LBTC. So as you can see, it's nothing crazy, okay? They take our money and they put it in different DeFi strategies for us, okay? They manage them for us, and then they take the yields, returns, the revenue, whatever it is, profits, and they are going to give it back to us. So you have to understand the risks as well. Look at that, right? The vault represents a basket of DeFi products containing smart contract risk and varying degrees of economic risk. So the question is, do you want to trust this protocol in managing your own Bitcoin for what, 0.82% yields or not? Okay, if you want to do that, well, that's fair, but you have to understand that you can risk losing the money because, again, DeFi is not safe. If you don't want to risk doing that, well, just own the Bitcoin yourself and keep hodling. The next tab is the vault, and there are only 5 vaults in this tab, but I just don't see any difference compared to the DeFi marketplace. Look at that, the 5 vaults here, also the same as the 5 vaults here, so I guess nothing different here. And then there was also a bridge. So this bridge is another, I guess, product that, Lombard is really proud about. So this is basically allowing you to send LBTC across all blockchain networks based on the bridging security standards of Lombard. So yeah, you can bridge it from Ethereum, different these chains, into these, different chains. We also have next tab is the staking yield. So Lombard, mainly they put the Bitcoin to work by staking it on Babylon. So Babylon is also another Bitcoin fire narrative. That gives you native yields. And so, Lombard will stake your Bitcoin to Babylon in order to, receive additional baby token rewards from Babylon's Bitcoin staking protocol. Okay, now that we understand what Lombard is and how it works, how you can stake your Bitcoin on Lombard to earn yields, and let's look at how you can participate on their sale, community sale on Buildpad. So this is the official page by Buildpad. So you can register an account. You have to actually register an account on Buildpad, and you have to complete KYC. There are several details that you need to keep in mind. First of all, for this community sale amount, they are only selling $6.75 million, okay? And with the fully diluted valuation, FTV, of about $450 million, you can use these three tokens to participate. The token BARD is going to be on Ethereum. Now, a few things about this one. This fundraising model is based on an oversubscribed model. So what that means is any amount, right? Any amount raised more than $6.75 million will be refunded back to the users. And the amount of tokens that you receive will be based on the proportion of your commitment on the total raised amount. Okay, does that make sense? So basically, if you put in more money, then you can get more tokens. And you're going to be buying it at about $450 million FTV. So quite a high FTV, but that's okay. And so for this sale, BARD will allocate about 1.5% of their total token to the sale. And if you scroll down just a little bit, then you're going to see, the details at how much you can buy the token for. So here we go. If you scroll down to contribution period and limits, the minimum contribution is $50 and the maximum contributions is up to $5,000. Okay, let's say you put in $5,000. How much tokens can you receive and how much money will be refunded back to you? It's a simple calculation. Okay, for now, we don't have that details exactly, right? Because we don't know how much tokens will be raised. But we can look at the previous projects and determine how much money can be committed. So let's take Sahara AI and Soleil, for example, okay? The total committed amount, 57 million for Soleil, Sahara, 75 million. So it keeps on increasing, okay? So let's say that for Lombard, the total committed amount is $80 million. And if you put in $5,000, you can receive back around $400. So just take, your $5,000 divided by 80 million, and that is your percentage of the pool that you own, and then take that and multiply it with the amount of total community sale tokens that you can receive, and that's going to come out at about $400. If you put in $5,000, you can receive $400 back if the token raised 80 million. And if you put in $1,000, you will receive less. So how much money can you expect? Well, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay. Now, in order to participate in the sale, you have to complete KYC and authenticate your X account and follow Lombard and Buildpad. If you're Sibyl, farming bots, or whatever it is, then you're gonna be ineligible. I'm sorry. Right now it's August 26th, and what you can do is you can participate in this period and register. Okay, you only register. You don't put in any money yet. Just register your interest in their BARD sale, and when time comes, all right, September 1st, then you can actually confirm and deposit your money and commit how much money you want to do. And you only have about 36 hours to do so. So that's the basic details. Okay. Now, an important reminder is that when you click on register, like myself, there's going to be a review progress. It doesn't mean that you can be eligible for 100%. Okay, they're going to look at your account. They're going to look at if you complete the rules or not, if your KYC is completed or not, if you're a bot or not. If you pass all of that, then yeah, you'll be selected. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's not 100%. Let's move on to the last part, which is the price prediction of the BARD token after TGE. Now, if you look at the other Bitcoin Fi, projects like Babylon, or BounceBit, or Solvi Protocol, they have one thing in common. that is, they launch at a very high valuation initially, right? So Babylon, for example, they launched at about 800 million dollars in FDV, and then they pumped up to like 1.4 billion dollars in FDV, and then they went down slowly, and now trading at 500 million. Okay, keep that in mind. BounceBit is a similar story. So they launched at an incredibly high FDV, $1 billion worth of FDV. Look at that, 0.8. So that's 8 times this price, like 1.6, 1.7, almost $2 billion in FDV. And then they went slowly down to now 275 million. For Solvi, same story, right? Launched at a very high, about $1.2 billion worth in FDV, and now trading at 400 million. So as you can see, launched initially at a very high FDV and slowly going down. So I think that's going to be the same story for Lombard Finance. I think Lombard Finance, when they launch, they should reach the, this is the middle case that I think they're going to reach at about $1 billion in FDV. And then they're going to slowly go down to about $400 million in FDV in the upcoming weeks, upcoming months. Okay, so that's what I think. So if you participate in the Buildpad sale of Lombard, right, at $450 million FDV, you can expect a, around 2x from your price. Okay, that's what I think. And so if you are able to participate in this, please do. I think is an easy way to make like a few $100. The bear case to me with Lombard is market keeps going down. Right now, Bitcoin is at $109,000, and in the upcoming days, maybe we will go down to like 105, 107,000. So if that happens, I think Lombard might launch at about like $700 million in FTV at the TGE, and then maybe slowly coming up to like 800 million, and then will slowly go down to about $400 or $300 million in FTV. That's the bear case. And the bull case, Bitcoin certainly had a reversal, right, going up to the previous all-time high. And when that happens, I don't think it's going to happen though. And then Lombard might launch at about $1.2 billion in FDV, going up to like 1.5, 1.6 billion, going down slowly to about 500 million. And that's it for this video about Lombard Finance. I hope that you liked the video. So we talked about what Lombard is, how it works, how you can stake your Bitcoin into Lombard and earn native yields, and what is the price of a BARD token after the TGE. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to CryptoNinjas for more contents like this, and drop a comment what you think about the price of Lombard is gonna be after the TGE. And remember to use all of our referral codes for exchanges for 20% off of the trading fees for life. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Daily out.